guys, so my setup is totally different. I decided I'm going to sit on the bed for this video because sitting on the floor is getting super uncomfortable, but I am here to do a tag. I was tagged by Erin from Erin and Baby, and it's the 5 things I would tell my pregnant self tag. I know it's kind of like a long tag. And I really enjoy doing tags, and I thought this is a really fun one to do for you guys, and it's pretty self-explanatory, just 5 things you would tell your pregnant self. And it's more so pertaining to my pregnancy with Aria versus this pregnancy, because I'm obviously pregnant for the second time, and it's kind of like what you would tell yourself the first time you're pregnant. I kind of sense that's how you do the tag, and I'm going to say the same thing that Erin did, which I will actually leave her video below if you want to go see her tag. And my answers are probably going to be kind of similar to other people who've done this tag, but you know, it's still a fun tag, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. Alright, so the first one is not to worry so much about everything, and I noticed a lot of other women said this, but it's so true. And I feel like worrying should be moderation, and it's a very normal thing to worry. But for me, with my pregnancy with Aria, I worried about everything. Like worried about if I was doing this right, worried about if I was doing that right, and making sure I get everything for Aria. I was so obsessed with making sure I get everything with Aria. At the time, Ian wasn't working a job that was making a lot of money, and I wasn't making any money, so I was really worried about money and getting the things that we needed for Aria, and I just worried so much. And like I said, worrying is normal, but I feel like I obsessed over worrying over the little things, and I should have just let everything flow and breathe, just to take one day at a time, because it would save me so much stress. And in the end, Aria got everything she needed plus more. A lot of stuff that she got from like my baby showers or gifts I didn't even use, so I did a whole bunch of worrying for nothing. Of course, you shouldn't be like, oh, I'm not gonna worry about anything, everything's gonna be taken care of. But like I said, there's like a fine line and balance, I guess you could say, with worrying, and I worried way too much. I would tell myself, Brittany, do not worry, it will be okay, you will get everything, you are doing this right, and just not stress yourself out so much. Another thing I did that I wish I did not do was compare myself to other pregnancies. When I was pregnant with Aria, I watched a lot of other girls that around the same time with me, and I would always compare my pregnancy with them. Like, oh, she's bigger than me, and she's 2 weeks behind me, she's having this kind of symptom, why am I not experiencing that, is there something wrong with my pregnancy? I would do that all the time, and that would stress me out. I feel like I was stressed about everything when I was pregnant with Aria. But what I needed to realize was that every pregnancy is different, and you know, yeah, some women might be bigger than me and they're weeks behind me, but that's totally fine. Every pregnancy is different, and I've even noticed people coming to me this pregnancy and comparing me to other women that are pregnant around the same time as me, and I'm just like, who cares? Every pregnancy is different. Everybody experiences pregnancy in a different way. I mean, even this pregnancy versus my pregnancy with Aria has been totally different. Just everybody grows at their own rate, and everybody experiences everything, and I just wish I realized that, because I worried so much. It was crazy how much I worried, and looking back on it now, it's just, I worried about the little things all the time. And like I said, this video pertains more to my pregnancy with Aria, but this time I know, do not compare yourself to other pregnancies. This is your own pregnancy, and just embrace it. Alright, so the third one is, don't expect to do everything right or do everything you want. Now, of course, you know, it's good to have a plan, or, you know, kind of feel out what you want to do or how you want to do things, but don't expect them to happen all the time, or you're gonna be really upset about it. You know, I said with my birth plan, I want this to happen, I want that to happen, and this is gonna happen like this, and you know, and then it didn't happen like that. And in the end, some things just didn't end in my favor. And knowing that now, you know, it's good, like I said, to have a plan and, you know, stick to what you really believe in. There was just a lot of things I said when I was pregnant, that I'm gonna do this way. Even when Aria was just born, I'm just like, I'm gonna do this, and things change and people change. I've changed my views on a lot of things, and you know, I've just learned to roll with the punches and have some kind of plan, but just don't expect everything to work out all the time. I mean, it's great when it does, and it's okay when it doesn't. You just have to pick yourself up and move on, and you know, just don't get too upset about it. I got upset about a lot of stuff that I wanted to do and I didn't, and you know, and it is upsetting. It's normal to feel upset, but I just feel like some of my standards were way too high and I shouldn't have expected too much. Alright, the fourth thing I would tell my pregnant self is to take everybody's advice with a grain of salt. Now, I learned with Aria's pregnancy that everybody wanted to give you either wanted or unwanted advice. They just wanted to, you know, either help you or scare you. I feel like some people were trying to scare me and just gave me this scary advice. And you know, it's great to take some advice, but I think that in the end, you should do what you feel is best. And I will admit that there was some advice that I took from people that I wish that I didn't, because it wasn't what I felt was right. I just wish I listened to my heart more and did what I felt was right. Now I'm at the point where I feel like I'm gonna do what I want to do and what I feel is right. And of course, I take people's advice, and you know, sometimes it's useful, sometimes it's not. I just know when you're pregnant with your first, you know, you're hearing stuff from this person, you're hearing stuff from that person. It gets so overwhelming, it freaks you out, it stresses you out, and you're just like, what do I do? Like, this person's saying one thing, this person's saying the other, and I just feel like you just need to feel what is right and what you think you should do with your child. And if someone gives you advice that you like, then take it. If someone gives you advice that you don't like, you know, just be polite about it and, you know, take it in. But, you know, in the end, you don't really have to listen to what that person says. So that's one thing I think that I would have told myself, is just, you know, take everybody's advice with a grain of salt. Don't take it all seriously. Even now, I'm getting some advice with this pregnancy, and you know, I'm just very polite about it, and I take what I think is right, if that makes sense. I hope that made sense. But the last one is to get out and move more. I will admit, when I was pregnant with Aria, I slept a lot. I ate and I slept a lot. I feel like all I did was sleep, and I barely got up and moved and did anything. And that just made me even more tired. You know, when you get up and you're going, you have more energy. But if you're just laying in bed all day like I was, I had no energy to do anything. And I was awake more for my pregnancy. I felt like I slept the half of the pregnancy, which is good to get sleep, but I just went into hibernation mode. I was like a sloth pretty much the whole pregnancy with Aria. And this time I told myself, no, well, it's kind of hard anyways with a 2-year-old, but I told myself, get enough sleep, take a nap every now and then, and just get up and move and feel good and just embrace your pregnancy. And I felt so lazy. And it's okay to feel lazy every now and then, but like I said, I felt like I was a sloth. I felt like I was a bear in hibernation the whole 9 months. So yeah, that would be the last thing that I would tell my pregnant self. But those are just some few things I would tell myself. And you know, I thought this video would be fun because maybe some people who are pregnant with their first right now could take some of this in and like tell themselves, you know, just embrace the pregnancy, just don't stress, it's not good for the baby, and just worry less, and just, you know, take it all in as much as you can. So I am trying to do that as much as possible with this pregnancy, and not saying that I regret my pregnancy with Aria or it was terrible. It's just I'm learning to take it in a little bit more and not rush it, I guess you could say. So I hope you guys enjoy this tag. If you want to do this tag, go ahead and do it. I tag everybody to do this video if you want to. It's a really fun video, and it's just a little fun video to do. Also, leave, I'm like bouncing on this bed. Leave below one thing that you would go back and tell your pregnant self, you know, hey, maybe you should have not done this, or worried about that, or whatever. Just leave your one reason down below, and I will definitely be reading the comments. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.